Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of r/Malicious Compliance. In today's episode, dead dog wasn't an acceptable excuse to miss work. No personal mobile phones at work. The lady of the house insists. Before we get started, make sure to subscribe so you will never miss a video. So let's get started. Dead dog wasn't an acceptable excuse to miss work. So when I was entry-level a long time ago, my boss made me come in the day after I discovered my dog dead in my room from choking on something it grabbed and swallowed on my desk. There were obvious signs she panicked before she passed away. Tried to call in a sick day because I had a combo of grief and guilt, but employer wasn't having it. I was only a few weeks into the job, so didn't have any sick days, was technically on contract in my probationary phase, and I was fresh off of unemployment and needed this job. Came in visibly sad. Tried to ask to go home one more time. Boss didn't care and told me to man up, it's just a dog, so I was like f***ck it and just let my feelings take over. I was openly crying and sobbing at my desk while working on my project and answering emails. This is one of those modern open floor plan offices/design studios with no walls and tiny partitions instead of cubicles, and everyone can see and hear me. I'm literally wiping tears off my face and desk as I work. This is also early 2000s, where the term toxic masculinity wasn't coined, so seeing a grown man openly sobbing at his desk like this really threw people off. When asked by coworkers and people passing by what happened, I told everyone what happened to my dog and that I didn't even have a chance to take care of her body, so she was lying in my bed dead, wrapped in my blanket, until I could get home and figure out her cremation/burial stuff. When they asked why I was even at work, I very loudly stated that my manager didn't think it was an acceptable excuse to miss work. Needless to say, she looked like a monster, and I was told by her boss I'd have 2 days paid to mourn and take care of my dog, and I shouldn't have had to come in. No personal mobile phones at work. Long-time lurker. Recently managed to inflict my own little bit of malicious compliance. Enjoy. I, 33M, work in IT cybersecurity, and my work has been on a big multi-factor authentication, the SMS codes from your phone or authenticator apps type thing, pushed to better secure our systems. As a result, basically every system or software requires a phone to access. Like many other places, my work does not supply phones to its workers unless they are sufficiently far up the leadership chain. Friday, my boss sends one of those directives that manglement bosses always do, to try and be commanding. He tells me that personal device use at work is not permitted, and specifically cites mobile phones as an example. Cue malicious compliance. To comply with the directive, I uninstall all the MFA code applications on my phone that are needed by work, and submit tickets for getting the desktop versions. IT fulfillment's response? What desktop version? Boss is backpedaling, but it wouldn't matter at this point, as the tokens for the MFA apps are gone. For extra irony, boss rushes approvals for software installs, but gets stuck in the new software approval process he created. End result? I spend Friday browsing the internet while he runs around rushing software approvals for the MFA desktop apps we need. The lady of the house insists. About 30 or so years ago, I dropped out of high school. My first job was as a truck jockey for a bloke who owned his own removal truck and had a delivery contract with a local chain of furniture stores. The work was hard, and days were usually pretty long. I have an old payslip somewhere for an 84-hour week, but I was young, fit and healthy, and the work saved me from needing a gym membership. Plus the cash was really good for a 16-year-old kid. One long, reasonably warm Saturday, we're heading to our last delivery before going home. It was close to 6 p.m., and we'd still have a 45-60-minute drive home after, so the boss was in no mood for a round. The delivery was in Melbourne's, at the time, probably still is, wealthiest suburb, Toorak. Lots of big houses and old money. Anyway, we rock up at this place and the boss heaves a sigh of relief, massive double entry doors at the front. We were delivering a 3-seater sofa bed. Things were heavy, with a metal fold-out bed inside, so anything that made the delivery that little bit easier was seen as a positive. As usual, the boss hops into the back of the truck and starts unwrapping the load to get it onto the tailgate, while I go knock on the door, clipboard in hand. I ring the bell, old-fashioned turn the brass handle thing, and a butler opens the door. I see just over his shoulder a massive entry hall, with big, wide staircase leading up to the second story. Awesome. Him, yes? Me, Day, we're here to deliver a sofa bed for checks clipboard Mrs. Rich, name changed to protect the rich, and cause I can't remember / don't care. Him, gesturing around to the right of the house, delivery entrance is around the side. Me, oh, okay. I trot around to the side door, thinking it would be a straight-up delivery into a room nearer to that door. I wait, and he, eventually, opens the door. Per our SOP, I ask him to show me where the furniture was going, so I could map the route out for the boss. He gestures to, I'm genuinely not kidding, a spiral staircase. Me, up those stairs? Him, yes. Me, but I noticed there's a lot more room at the front doors, plus the bigger staircase there. Can we deliver via that route instead? Him, the lady of the house wishes for it to be delivered via the rear staircase. Me, really? There's no way we're getting that sofa bed up there without hurting ourselves, or the furniture or house. Why can't we deliver via the front? Him, the lady of the house simply will not permit it. Me, ukokea. I'll go let my boss know. By the time I get back to the truck, the boss has the sofa sitting on the tailgate, ready for us to carry it in. Boss, ready? Me, not quite. You're not gonna believe it, but they want us to deliver via a side entrance and up a spiral staircase. Him, WTF they do. Me, yep, old mate in the suit and tie said so. Him, how many times did you ask him? Me, unsure why a couple, wasn't sure I heard him right the first time, but he said the customer won't allow it. Him, nah bullsh*t, wait here. The boss strides up to the front door and rings the bell, perhaps a little aggressively. Butler opens it, words are exchanged, the boss gets pretty heated and demands to see the customer, Mrs. Rich. RB, what's all this nonsense? Boss, your fella here said we can't deliver through these doors and up that staircase behind you. The other way is too narrow, we'll bust our backs trying to get it up there. RB, that's not my concern. My desire is for the furniture to be delivered via the side entrance. Boss, nah, we're not doing that. Just let us go this way and we'll be out of your hair in no time. RB, I insist that you deliver the furniture in accordance with the terms of the contract. QM.C/. The boss straightens up, squares his shoulders. Okay. Sure. No worries. We'll get it done, as you said, in accordance with the delivery contract. He walks back towards me, massive grin on his face, and tells me to grab the highlighter, fluorescent marker, from the cab. I go grab it and hand it to him. He highlights something on the delivery docket on the clipboard, tosses it onto the sofa, and gestures at me to grab my end. I'm wondering what is about to go down, but I know my boss well enough to know we aren't about to carry this bloody thing through a side door and up a spiral staircase. As we get near the front doors, the boss tells me we're putting the sofa bed down. He grabs the clipboard and politely asks RB to sign for delivery. RB, I'm not signing anything yet, you haven't delivered it to where I want it. Boss, but we have now. Please read the section I've highlighted. RM, reading said bit. Oh, well, that changes things. Through the front doors will be fine. Boss, sorry, please read the second highlighted section. RB, reading second said bit, but I've changed my mind. Boss, sorry, as you can see, it says that deliveries must be made the safest way possible without risking injury to us, and if we still disagree after 3 attempts at making delivery, the customer takes responsibility for completing the delivery from the front of the premises. We asked 4 times, so, as you requested, I'm delivering per the terms of the delivery contract you signed. RB, going red, but how am I supposed to get this upstairs? Boss, I'm afraid that's no longer my problem, ma'am. Please sign the delivery docket so we can get out of your hair. I took that as my cue to get off, pack up the wraps and straps, and prep the truck for departure. We managed to hold in our laughter until the end of the driveway. If you made it to the end of the video, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe and share, and we will see you in the next video.